certainly since the way it all started was that third overall pick and what the Niners are going to do. I do have Kyle Shanahan on in hour number 3 of the show to hit him on that. That got wiped out because of what happened and what became public about the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers' relationship. Now we're a few days removed. Aaron's been to the Kentucky Derby and back. Where do things stand right now as we're talking the Monday after the draft?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think enough is being made of the fact that he literally showed up at the Derby looking like a character from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I think someone needs to delve into that.
We'll get into that.
The memes on the Twitter were excellent, but I guess the story was sort of all the way down the road before that. So, it is an issue being fought on multiple fronts. You have the contract situation where, Aaron Rodgers obviously wants a new deal, wants the kind of deal where it would ensure that he is the Packers quarterback for beyond 2021. I think that is a big part of the issue. He doesn't want to be replaced. He wants to be their starting quarterback. And when you draft Jordan Love, and obviously it's the way he was drafted is something that I know frustrates Rodgers. He didn't get a heads up. But look, I mean, anytime anyone tries to replace you, you get upset about it. So what he wants to do is make sure he can't be replaced. So they've had long-term contract extension talks. It's obviously the Jordan Love thing, which we talked about. He wanted more say in personnel decisions. One thing I mentioned on NFL Network a couple minutes ago was, the release of Jake Kummerow, who, obviously not a big name, but that was one of Rodgers' guys. He praises him publicly at a press conference. The next day, the personnel staff releases Kummerow. I mean, these are the sorts of things that drive people crazy. All of that went into the decision.
So the decision, which is what, to make it public, or what? Like what the decision to what? To force the issue, or
just to sort of try to separate himself. And this is something obviously it's been going on for months. We've known, and I mean, Mike Silver kind of reported some of this, and we've known for a long time that Rodgers was upset. The decision to make it public, I'm not sure what went into that. I mean, you can't ignore the fact that it was made public right before one of the biggest nights of the NFL season when every network is tuned into the draft. I mean, that's all obvious. It is what it is. So the decision about when to make it public, those decisions were obviously made by, I don't know, not me. And, Rodgers comes out and said, I wish it hadn't become public. I thought that was interesting as well. But anyway, this is where we are, and we'll see if the Packers can fix it, because I don't get the sense they're going to trade him at all.
Well,
and I don't think Rodgers is returning unless things change dramatically.
Well, here's the issue, Ian, the ultimate issue at heart here, because I don't believe any of this stuff you hear elsewhere, the buzz that he wants Gutekunst fired or anything like that. What he wants is, as you say, to be the quarterback beyond 2021. And what that means is a contract that would absolutely force the Packers to keep Aaron Rodgers as the quarterback, as well they should normally, if they hadn't already drafted somebody with the 26th overall pick last year to eventually and groom his replacement. That there's no way that the Packers could continue to go with that plan and give the contract to Rodgers that Rodgers wants. So he's not essentially saying get rid of Jordan Love, but the contract that he wants does.
Although
that's
I'm
for darn
if they
sure.
got rid of Jordan Love, this would make it a little bit easier, but yes.
Well, I mean, obviously, because wouldn't that be the only reason why the Packers don't give the contract to Rodgers to let him play till he's 40? Because he just won the MVP. You know what I mean? It's not like that they're concerned about diminishing returns. The fact that they don't give him that contract is because they're still sticking to their got to look over the steering wheel guns here, right? Isn't that the ultimate conundrum to this? Or am I off?
Yes. No, you're not off. But I also think, first of all, the drafting of Jordan Love, Rodgers he's obviously great, but there's been a small downturn in the way he played. And if you're a 36-year-old quarterback, you don't play great. I think it's fair for a team to say, you know what, let's prepare. I think part of the issue, though, is the Packers do contracts a certain way. And, they give huge signing bonuses with their deals, but they don't give multi-year guarantees. They just don't. The Bengals don't. Packers don't. The Steelers don't. Just the way they've negotiated contracts for years. And so they, they really are an organization that structures contracts in a very disciplined way, but doesn't lend itself to committing long-term to a guy, right? So, if they change their contract structure and gave him a, fully guaranteed deal for the next several years, might that change things? I think it might. But that's an organizational decision, and, certainly that's not something that Brian Gutekunst would be in charge of. That's something that goes much higher than him, all the way to Mark Murphy and the rest of them.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.